I am so glad you're here. I'm going to introduce you to one of my new favorite breads, soft, fluffy, condensed milk bread. It is tender, pillowy, it's cloud-like, and it's super easy to make. We'll be using a baking technique known as Tangzhong, which is like giving our flour a superpower to hold more water. We'll also add a small amount of sweetened condensed milk. This is a powerhouse ingredient. It's going to give us the tenderness and the moisture retaining properties that help this bread to just be so soft, tender, and moist. When we blend these two ingredients into our dough, some amazing science happens and we have the most incredible loaf of bread. The recipe is in the description below. Print that out so you can follow along, and let's get started. First, let's make our Tangzhong. Simple ingredients: bread flour, and you can use milk or water. I'm using milk today. You'll need a medium saucepan and you'll need a cooktop. And you'll need either a spatula or a whisk. So pour your milk in. This is just at room temperature, or water. And this is 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon, or it's 100 milliliters. Pour in 2 tablespoons of bread flour. That's 20 grams. Stir this until there are no lumps left. Turn your heat to low and then continually stir. We cook this on a low heat. You want to just do it nice and slow. And this takes about 3 to 5 minutes. When it starts to thicken, it'll look glossy and kind of like a paste. It's done. While our mixture begins to thicken, I want to explain why we're using Tangzhong in our bread today. Raw flour can only absorb about 30% of its weight in water. When you take flour and cook it with water or milk, like we're using today, it gelatinizes, it turns to starch. And this starch actually absorbs 4 to 5 times its own weight. So the result is major hydration in your bread. So this extra water in the Tangzhong turns to steam in the oven, creating a better rise and a softer crumb. And the really cool part is it comes out in the oven, but it doesn't make your dough sticky when you're working with it. It actually is a kind of a dry dough to work with when you're kneading, but this magic happens in the oven. Okay, our Tangzhong is done. It's a nice pasty consistency. This is what you're looking for. Next, you want to transfer it to a bowl or a plate. I'm doing a plate because I'm going to spread it out on the plate so that it cools quicker. But you can put it in a bowl if you're not using it right away. I'm actually going to put it right on here and spread this out. And that is all there is to it. Cover it with plastic wrap, and you want to push it right onto the surface so that it doesn't form a skin or dry out in any way. And then you just put this in the refrigerator. Let's begin making our dough. First step, you need some warmed milk. I'm using whole milk. This is 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon, or it's 130 milliliters. If you have a thermometer, I have it right here at 106, and that is an acceptable range. You want to be 105 to 108, somewhere in there. Too hot, it will kill the yeast. Too cold, and it won't bloom. So we're at the perfect range. Add 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, that is 8 grams, into your milk. Give this a stir. This needs about 5 to 10 minutes to activate. Once it's frothy and bubbly, we will put that to good use. Our yeast is blooming behind me. We're going to add our dry ingredients directly into the bowl of a stand mixer. If you're hand mixing, you'll just get a nice large bowl and add your dry ingredients in. We're adding 3 cups of flour. That's 400 grams. This is bread flour. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 30 grams. And 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt. That is 6 grams. Give it a whisk. Make sure those are all combined nicely. The yeast is bloomed. It's nice and foamy and frothy. It's all ready to go. Now we'll add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. Our Tangzhong is nice and cool, so we'll add that in. We'll add our yeast in. We're adding 3 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk. This is 60 grams. And we're adding 1 large egg. This is at room temperature. Mix the dough on low speed until it starts to come together. Remember, this is a dry dough, so you'll see lots of dry, flaky flour in there. You just have to keep working it. If you're hand mixing, you may need to knead for like 10 to 15 minutes. So I did this by hand about a week ago. It just takes some hard work and kneading, and you have a beautiful, elastic, amazing dough once you work it enough. So I'm going to start my mixer up and we'll get this going. This has mixed for about 2 minutes on low. I'm now going to increase the speed to medium, and I'm going to let it mix for about 5 to 7 minutes and just keep an eye on it. When I see the dough starting to come together and getting more smooth and elastic, then I'll check it. Okay, this kneaded for 5 minutes, and I just want to show you so that you know what your dough should look like. I'm actually just going to reach in there with my hands. It's sticky, but it's really, really coming together. So now it's time to add 2 tablespoons of very soft, you can see how soft this is, room temperature unsalted butter. That's 30 grams. So I'm going to add this in a little bit at a time. The butter is now incorporated into the dough, and now the plan is just to mix your dough. If you're using a bread hook, just keep mixing it until you have that nice, smooth, elastic dough. Or if you're hand mixing, same thing. We're going to keep going until we get to the place where it'll pass the window pane test. I'll show you what that looks like when the time comes. For now, I'm going to continue kneading this. It might take another 5 to 10 minutes. It just depends on the look of the dough. We're looking for shiny, glossy, smooth. Okay, I let this mix for about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to check it and see how it's doing. It's looking pretty smooth. You can see it's not sticky anymore. It's kind of smooth and elastic looking. That's what we're looking for. Here's the window pane test. So you just pull a piece off and smooth it out. And if you can pull it apart without it tearing, without holes going into it, like without it tearing, and you can see light through it, then your dough is ready. It's looking good. Now we need to give our dough its first rise. Pull this out. Again, I just want you to see this is soft and silky. It's so pliable and nice. It is crucial that the dough passes that window pane test before you put it to rest. That is crucial to the tenderness of the dough in the long run. I'm just shaping this into a ball. We'll put this in an oiled bowl. Make sure you put the oil on the sides as well. As it's rising up, we don't want it to stick to the sides of the bowl. Okay, turn it upside down just to get some oil on the top. Smooth it around a bit. Cover with plastic wrap. We need to put this in a warm place, draft free, and let it be for 60 to 90 minutes. It needs to double in size. It will puff up very nicely, and then we will shape our bread. So this needs to just rest for a while. I'll see you back here in a little bit. Well, our dough has risen just beautifully, and now it's time to work with it and start shaping it. You want to punch this down just gently. Turn it out onto your work surface. You should not need flour for this. Now we need to divide this into 3 equal pieces. The best way to do that is to put it on a scale. You weigh it, 813 grams. We're going to divide that by 3. So each piece should be 271 grams. I'm using a bench scraper. You can use a sharp knife. Just kind of eyeball, and then okay, I've divided this into 3 equal parts. Now you want to take the dough and just shape it into balls. Basically, you just kind of twist it like this, shape it. This dough is really soft and amazing to work with right now. And 3. Now these need a 10-minute rest. Cover them with some plastic wrap so they do not dry out, and just let them rest. That relaxes the gluten before we shape it again. While our bread is resting, we'll prepare our bread pan. You need a 9x5 bread pan or a 23 by 13 centimeters. Butter the pan, the bottom and the sides. Then we will line the bottom of the pan with parchment paper. Once you have your pan buttered or greased, then you just place a piece of parchment paper down into the bottom. This will act as a non-stick barrier for the bottom, and it will also serve as a sling when we go to pull it out of the pan. Just set that aside. The dough has rested for 10 minutes, so one at a time, we'll shape these. This is so nice. It's so nice to work with. Flip it upside down and press it into an oval. Just use your fingers. Again, you shouldn't need any flour. If you need to use a little flour, that's okay. Too much will dry the dough out, so if you don't need to use it, do not. Once you have it in the oval shape, fold this side over, then fold this side over on top of the other one. Start at the top, and I'm using my fingers and just kind of tuck it. And just keep kind of tucking, stretching a little bit. You don't want to tear the dough, so be gentle, and then just keep rolling toward the bottom. And you should have a nice smooth little roll there. Put that right into your prepared pan and do it again. Now our rolls are ready for their second rise. Let them rise for anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. When they start to peak just up to the edge of the pan, you'll know it's time for them to go in. We're going to do one last little step, and that is an egg wash. This is 1 large egg and 1 tablespoon of whole milk, or 15 milliliters. So blend that together. Then you just want to brush it on the top of each of the little rolls here. This egg wash will give the bread a really nice golden brown top, just shiny and golden brown. Just brush it on very gently. Okay, cover them with plastic wrap and let them rise. It's time for us to bake our bread. It has risen beautifully. We'll bake it for 30 to 35 minutes. The top will be really deeply golden brown, and if you're using a thermometer, it should reach an internal temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 Celsius. Time to remove the bread from the oven. Boy, does this smell amazing. Oh my goodness. You need to remove the bread from the pan immediately. Look how easy that released. That nice little parchment paper sling. Put this out of the way. Look at this beauty. I am brushing the top with a little bit of butter. And now we need to let it cool until we cut it or tear into it. So this smells absolutely incredible. It's nice and tender, and it just smells amazing. Let's tear into this so we can look at the texture inside. For the sake of you seeing the texture, because I wanted you to see how amazing it is and how soft it is, I kind of made a little bit of a mess, but this is like cotton candy. It's just amazing bread, and it's so easy to make. If you like breads, check out my soft, tender dinner rolls. This was fun, and I look forward to baking with you in the next video.